So you want to learn how to play Oppressor. Well, to start playing Oppressor is to not be an oppressor at first, actually. You want to start the game by just being a normal Praetorian. The reason for this is because at the start you want to focus your efforts on melting things before the tools arrive. Now, as you can see, I go around melting a lot of stuff, preparing for the arrival of the tools and waiting for them to get into a position where it's actually viable to play Oppressor. You'll see me also play with Dark, because Dark is one of the best sisters. We love Dark here. They are really good, and sadly they die, because unfortunately that is what happens sometimes. Now, here you'll also see me take on the Flame Walker. As you can see, I play a huge risk here, fighting the Flame Walker on the dot. The reason for this is because I will risk losing a tier 3 to bring out a specialist out of the game. I think it's a worthy trade. But in this case I didn't die, because, well, I got a bit lucky. Now you'll see me running around a lot, trying to find a good opening, a position where I can engage, and that is a lot of the work of a oppressor, is just walking around, finding a good position where you can attack. You have to find the front where the tools are pushing, and then from that, you'll have to figure out where is a good place to attack. You'll have to figure out where they will engage in a tight, confined space, or at least in a space where it'll be easy for you to catch them. Here we get one of those opportunities. They are coming in close, and so I grab one of them and I push them out to the side. They hit the egg, obviously, because eggs are solid for some reason, I don't know why. We lose one of our dancers, unfortunate, but we'll continue on. And so, well, that's one out. I think they will be rotted in this game. I don't think they're coming back. So, yeah, that's one. Also, an important thing to notice: don't stand near the queen when you play Oppressor. You're usually not that good working with the queen. You'll usually want to work away from the queen, because the queen is really good at scaring away the tools from making bad decisions. And bad decisions from the tools is what Oppressors thrive on. We'll see one of them make a bad decision, and they will be saved by the stupid barricade, the deployable barricades, who decide that, yeah, for some reason they're gonna be solid and stop the hook, which is unfortunate, but we carry on. Could have been a smart spitter there, but oh well. And then we get another opportunity. Someone decided to be a little bit too risky, and well, there we got another one, and immediately the others steal it from me, and that is usually how it goes. Usually Xenos are best at stealing from each other. That is a really common theme with the Xeno faction. They will constantly steal every capture, and that will ruin a lot of captures. And sadly we will lose Ash as well, so not only do we lose Dark, we also lose Ash, which is a huge blow. Here comes another one who decided to venture off alone and become a free capture. That is usually how it goes for the tools. They venture off alone and they succumb to the free captures. Then we have another one here who decided to step on a trap, and so we pull them in and shove them away. Off they go. I don't think they got saved either, but I don't know. We say hello to one of the talls, they run off, and we keep facing off. We'll see where the talls are and try to figure out where to push next. Yeah, they left botany, which that tall probably succumbed to the rot, but I don't actually know, but I think so. Queen being a bit inattentive, but that is how it be sometimes. That is a theme with this game, is that the queens are inattentive. Both of them. And here we see another capture. If we take a look at this from a little bit more in detail. At first here you will see me standing with the queen, and you'll see the queen going north from me, and I will go south in order to not be behind the queen, because I don't want the queen to cancel my pull or anything by stepping over my space, so I decided to not go the same way the queen goes. And also, the talls decided to go that way. The queen screaming is a good stun for the tall that I capture as well, and everyone that could have tried to save them, which then inevitably leads to a free capture for me, and we gain another one. You'll see that they inform others about the dangers of the open space of this map, because almost the entire map is just open space for cast to fire through, so it's important to be aware of that. And here we go again on another attack, this time pulling in and trying to pull them down south. What happened there, as you can see, was well, there were too many talls in the open. At least we got them hugged, which is a bonus because that means they'll have to go up. But there were just too many talls and it was a bit too open for me to get a good attack in. Sometimes that happens, but that's fine. Next here you will see me facing up against the tall here. I will mess up a bit, but you can see me place over them. We'll go through this again in a little bit more slow-mo so you can see exactly what I'm doing. So, here, we'll go through this again, but in a bit slower setting. So, to start off, I go up, I see that they're in there, so I attack above them, not where they are, but where I think they will go. That's the important takeaway here, is do not put your grabs where they are, put them at their route of escape. If you cut off their escape route, then, well, usually they will panic and run into your grab instead of away from you. That is a good way to get them a little bit scared and just like use their mind against them, basically. Now here we will see a face-off in the medical. You'll see me realize that there's a potential opportunity from a tall pushing in too far. I will go up far, grab him. You saw me push him in like the last possible position where he could. And also, watch the door movement of me. Watch me work with the doors. It's very important as an oppressor that you work together with the doors and not against them. That's one of the hardest parts. You gotta open and close doors in great synchronous timing with your pulls to make sure that they don't shoot to the talls you just capture, and to make sure the talls you just capture don't escape. Sometimes other Xenos will get in your way and will open the doors again and ruin a lot of stuff, but that's just the way it goes sometimes. But generally, working with the doors is a good idea as an oppressor. And do remember, doors are always evil. They hate you. You have to work against them, but in a way that also works with them, funnily enough. Now here next up we will see me trying to pull through a north area. They will walk through. You gotta pull before they come. So you'll see they walk up and bam. Got two of them. And I managed to get the smart splitter here. They were a bit unlucky. So off they go into the abyss. It's all about anticipating where they will go. You gotta get inside their heads and think where they'll walk next. It's a lot about taking the shots, because every shot not taken is a wasted opportunity. So remember, the worst that can happen for you when you miss your grab is you gotta wait a bit. The worst that happen for them is, well, they get captured. So it's always a worthy investment to try and go for all the captures you can, but do not greed, never greed. Here you see me going again for another capture, 2 toss. Sadly Boiler hits him in a bit of an unfortunate moment there, but oh well, that happens sometimes. Here you'll see me get another unfortunate victim who decided to step into my poles. I was going for the blue one, but you take what you can get. If they step into your hook, then who am I to judge? A capture's a capture. We go forward. I'm trying to command people to follow through. They send out the Skyfire. We move back, but we're still in caves area, so it's still fine. Caves is the best place to work as oppressor because usually it has tight chokes, it has no CAS. It's like it's just great in all ways for oppressor. Next up, you'll see we go for another one who decided to go venture too far. This is what happens when they venture too far. The door control again. Remember the door control. It's really important to think about your door control as a oppressor. That's one thing that doesn't get talked about much for oppressor, but door control is really important. You want to have good door control. Good control over doors is underestimated. I had doors suffer, or I suffered to doors for such a long time before I became good at it. And here you'll see another one where, unfortunately, a young runner will pounce at them and cancel the stun chain, which inevitably leads to the capture getting away. But that's just what youngs do sometimes. It's just unfortunate way of life for the hive. Sometimes you have youngs who don't know what they're doing. They ruin stuff, but you just gotta live with that because they're young and they don't know. Here you see me focus on my little split grab. I don't go in a straight line. The reason I don't go in a straight line is because if you offset it, it becomes a bit harder for them to anticipate it. It's a little harder to dodge if you offset it, because with the way pixel movement works, it becomes a bit harder just for them to get out of it if you offset it to the side, so that it doesn't just your hook doesn't go in a straight line. You'll see me do that a lot. You'll see me offset a lot. It's very rare you'll see me just shoot out a hook in a straight line. Here you'll see another one where I go in offsets, and you see how that helps in this occasion as well. I also prepared by putting out the fire, and then quick on the grab, pull away from the grenade, and off they go. There, now another capture added to the hive. You'll see me open up the area a little bit here to make it more open. Then you'll see me go a straight line for once. This is one of the few times where I do go a straight line, and you can see it was because it was the easiest way to get that, and they were on resin, so they couldn't really dodge anyway. Hive resin, you don't really need to worry that much when they're on hive resin. Here you'll see another offset, and in they go. And you'll see this one, the drone will ruin this by opening the door, but they are young, they don't know. That's what happens. That's why door control is so important. But we get another capture anyway. So if you watch this and you're not playing Oppressor, but you just wanted to watch this anyway, you just want to learn something, it is do not open doors randomly. You ruin a lot of things by just randomly open doors. Here you'll see another one where they walk into it. I anticipated him walking through there, and well, that's another capture. You just gotta anticipate. A lot of Oppressor's work is just anticipating movements from the talls, like where they're gonna go. You gotta get in their head. It's all about getting in their head and thinking where they're gonna go. You have to think that if they're panicking, where are they gonna go? Also, that was a clutch push by the Valkyrie. They clutched that grenade push, but sadly we didn't get it anyway. You'll see me pushing it again, getting another in, and pushing them into the hive, and off they go. Well, that one you see is just about finding the right opportunities. It's patience. There is a lot of patience involved in playing Oppressor. You gotta be patient and wait for opportunities to present themselves. You don't really create opportunities, you mostly wait for the opportunities to present themselves. You wait for the talls to make mistakes, and then you capitalize on those mistakes. Now there's a lot you can do in how you build your hive and how you set up things and how your fellow Xenos play that can increase the likelihood of the Marines fumbling. But in essence, it's a lot of just waiting around and seeing the right opportunity. It's a lot of opportunity spotting, and here you'll see me walk around a lot, waiting for a good opportunity to appear. And here you'll see another opportunity present themselves. Someone decided to be brave and run in and throw a grenade. That's a free capture for us, because why they wanted to throw a random grenade in there, I don't know, but I hope it was worth their life, because it cost them their life. And here comes another chance for us to gain a capture, but somehow this tall is the most plot armor tall ever. They somehow just managed to make the defender just fail all the tackles. I can't get any tackles off. My tackles are just shit, everyone's tackles are bad, and they get flamed, and there goes one. So yeah, plot armor. It's unfortunate, but it's not the end of the world. We'll continue on. Just keep on working, don't greed for it, just give it up and give it up for the next opportunity. Also here you see a little bit of my stall gaming of setting up clusters. Finding a good place to cluster is a lot of important work for oppressors. If you can organize good clusters as oppressors, you will vastly increase your chance of gaining captures. Here you'll see another option where I set up in anticipation for the tall to run away, but they didn't, but we get them anyway. Though not quite, because they managed to survive and it's not worth greeting. Do not die for the capture. Just give it up, wait for the next opportunity. You don't have to die for it. Remember, dying for a capture just means that all those other captures you could have gotten are now not gonna happen. So make sure not to die for a capture. Unless it's a specialist, then it might be worth it. Unfortunately, Dark dies again, which is extremely sad, but that's how it is. You'll see me trying a lot of opportunities here, trying to find a lot of different angles. They're not pushing anywhere, so I'm just being patient and waiting. Every second they waste not pushing is another second our lords can build. And here you'll see me go in for another option, or another opportunity. They are pushing here. I went too far up, and that's a failure on my part. See, even the players who played a long time can still fail. And yeah, I make a lot of mistakes, and that was one of them. I went too far north with my pull and missed it completely. That was a misjudgment on my part. Here you'll see another option. I pull him in and chuck him in. If you pull 3 or more talls, they will get tripped over and stunned, which is a nice little addition, but not something that is necessary for captures. But it is a nice addition. And there you get another capture. And you'll see, it's a lot about just finding opportunities. That's a lot of this, is just waiting for the right opportunity to strike. You gotta be patient. That's mostly what the Oppressor's about. And this one doesn't pan out because they will nade themselves, and sadly they will die. But that's how it happens sometimes. That's how it be. Yeah, that's how it be. And now the rest of the game is just gonna be hijack. So nothing more to comment on here. You'll just get to watch hijack if you want to. If you just wanted a tutorial, this is where it's over, and you can say goodbye and have a nice time playing Oppressor. Hope you enjoy it.